everybody, and welcome to our first rousing game of really big updates for Dummies. And what I mean by that is yesterday we received a huge update to Star Wars: The Galaxy of Heroes, or I should say we received the verbiage or the text for a new update that's going to be coming to the game November 19th. This comes just in time because the player base was getting really pissed off about this assault battle change. We're not going to talk about that now, though we did do a very big post on Reddit about it. And it seems that people are very confused about what's going on. It makes Star Wars Galaxy Heroes seem a lot more like many of the other gacha style or collection style games that are on the market. A lot of questions have been asked. Content creators have covered this in depth. What I want to try to do is take a different route and really just summarize and explain exactly what to expect based on what we know. So we're gonna try really hard not to extrapolate. We're gonna try really hard not to make guesses about what's happening and really just break this down. Right, the update that I'm talking about is right here. Here's Meathead's lovely art that he likes to do. It comes in at just under 4,000 words. So basically about the size of Balin Skull's kit or Darth Bane's kit, or really any of the kits that we've seen in the game over the last 6 to 8 months. Right now, if reading is more your speed and you don't want to listen to my voice, that's fine. We did actually do a post today, the new update for Dummies, using this lovely graphic that you might recognize from YouTube. It was done by Moonborn, basically my right-hand man. The guy does all of my graphics for me. He has been doing a lot of graphics for some of the other content creators as well. I really didn't even know if I was going to do this video until he sent me this, and I said, yes, this has motivated me, right? So sit back, let's see what we can do. Now, one thing that I do want to know is that I did take some notes here, and some things are out of order on purpose. So as we go through the update, if you're thinking, hey, I read this and he's forgetting this thing, it's on purpose, right? It'll come up later on. So let's see what we got. Eras, improved scheduling. So basically this is what it breaks down to. Eras are 12-week thematic content cycles split up into episodes. Episodes are 4 weeks, right? 28 days. There's going to be 12 of those in a year. Each episode is going to have one marquee to start it and possibly a second marquee in the second half of it. So we're looking at 1 to 2 marquees per 4-week episode. There's going to be a 13th additional episode during the holidays. This will not have any marquees, and this is usually when CG is gone, when they're out, when everybody's on vacation. We don't really know what that is going to entail outside of we're going to be receiving one soon. More about that later. Conquest characters can sometimes be part of these thematic eras, but usually won't be. CG is reserving the right here to say, you know what, I want to try and throw this character somewhere else, but they did stipulate that it's a possibility in the future that sometimes they are going to coincide. Each era should contain an event or journey level character, but the wording of this update suggests that sometimes they may choose not to do this. Now, I'm going to assume that for revenue reasons, they probably are going to try to do this every single time. But we're going to see what happens there. Our first era coming up, the era of the apprentice, is going to be a shortened era with only 2 episodes. So basically we're in the middle of a cycle. Sabine was probably episode 1 and they didn't have time to release this yet. So there are only 2 episodes. 2 characters will be released during this time. Huyang and General Syndulla. Now, they don't specifically say that these characters are for Ahsoka's 3rd set of marquees, but I think we can all read the writing on the wall for that one. The second episode is going to be a quasi-holiday episode and will not have any marquees. Ahsoka is going to release during this time, so that's going to be, end of December into January. Our first full era, right, we've got that right here, is going to be the era of the cavalry. It starts January 14th. and it's going to include 5 new Bad Batch Season 3 marquees. We don't know if they're Bad Batches in the clones or if they're just thematically within that space. They haven't said. All we do know is that it will make use of the mercenary tag, and there is no mention of a culminating unit, though it does not mean that that's not going to happen. Right, moving on, we've got our daily activities, right? Very simple. They're completely changing the UI here. Daily activities are being dumbed down to 7 more streamlined quests. Each quest will grant credits and episode points, no crystals, right? So if you look over there on the update, you'll see we're just getting episode points. We're just getting credits. It appears that there is still a prize box for completing, right? We see that right here. All the daily quests, which will still include crystals. The graphic shows 75 crystals. It's unknown what this means, right? So I don't know if it's going to be 75 a day. I don't know if it's going to be the normal like 65 to 67 that you get, and then the box that we're used to getting is going to possibly increase that by 5 to 250. As of right now, all we know is that in this one picture, it is 75 crystals. We're going to skip ahead. Daily quests, right? This is just them all streamlined. It's stuff that you're already doing, and there's something in here that's going to be more on the quality of life portion of this. We're also going to be getting an episode track and an episode pass. This is basically a battle pass, and like most battle passes, there's going to be a free-to-play path, and there's going to be a pay-to-play path. It's unlocked at level 85. Episode points allow you to advance on the track. You see the bottom half is the free-to-play, the top half is the pay-to-play. Episode points are earned from daily quests, episode quests, character quests, and galactic challenges, which are going to be significantly different from what we've seen in the past. The episode pass is $20. That episode pass is going to grant you access to the top track. It's going to grant you access to exclusive episode quests, and it's going to grant you access to exclusive feats and galactic challenges. It seems like for an extra $20, you're just getting a jump start on your progress on that feat tracker by allowing you to jump 10 levels, as well as these rewards down here. It is unclear if that's the 10 milestone or if that's in addition to the 10 milestone. Free-to-play players that play daily can expect to complete the free track by the end of an episode. The paid track includes marquee character shards, zetas, and omicrons. It also includes a repeatable bonus reward at the end of the track. They have not said what that is, whether that's just currency or it's materials or whether it's random, we don't know. Marquee shards for both characters in an episode will appear. The first marquee will appear on the track first, while the second will be exclusive to the past exclusive episode quests, at least in the beginning. It appears that completing the free-to-play track will award rewards roughly equal to 4 red crate and 4 gold crates of galactic challenges. Now, I want you to think about that for a second, because we are going to talk about that a little bit more later. Just to note that in the pictures we have seen, right, of the tracks, zetas and omicrons are specifically mentioned and showed in the paid track graphics, and are both not mentioned or shown in any of the free track graphics. However, I do have a little bit of a theory here based on what's going on a little later in the update. We will come back to that. Drop in on down. We're also getting a new store, the episode shipment store. You can see that we have another new currency. Lovely. Our episode points can give us episode currency, which we can use in the episode shipment store. You will earn episode currency on the episode track. We are expected to receive enough currency to buy pretty much anything that we need here. Omicrons are notably added. It is unclear if this is the substitute for them not appearing in the free-to-play track. Now, just going back to what I said before, I believe that just like with the raid changes, okay, so when the raid change happened and we shift over to currencies, people started saying, oh, you nerfed my credits, I'm not getting enough credits anymore. And essentially, it was expected that part of your MK1 currency would go towards credits, and that would make up the credits you were getting in the old raid system. I do believe that that is what's happening here, so hopefully we should see enough Omicrons in this store that you can buy and still receive your 4, 8, 12, 16 that you would normally be getting from Galactic challenges. The store refreshes once per week. It does not seem like you can crystal refresh it at this time. It is right now unclear the denominations you're buying Omicrons in, whether it's 1, whether it's 2, or how many nodes that's going to take up. Episode quests, right? Lovely, huge thing going on here. Episode quests, there's going to be 28 episode quests to appear that appear to be available during an episode. These will grant episode points. Quests will appear over time during the episode, so they're not all going to be unlocked at the same time. Episode quests are not intended to be difficult, but will require to use specific characters. The goal is not to disrupt normal gameplay, so it seems like these are going to be pretty easy things to do and to get out of the way, which is fine. Based on some of what we've seen here, upgrade a mod 10 times, we do that like every week, right? Win 5 marquee battles, that's basically just going into the marquee over 5 days. Doesn't seem to be terribly hard. I'm actually a little bit concerned about this defeat 10 enemies with droids thing, because I'm not sure if between GAC and between everything that we sim, if you'll naturally be able to do that, especially when Conquest is not running, without having to manually run battles. But we'll see what happens, defeat 10 enemies with droids. That might coincide with the marquee battle because we're looking at Huyangs here. So I'm going to reserve judgment there. All unlocked quests will remain available the entire episode, so if you miss a couple of days, you can always go back to those days. Marquee-related episode quests will be front-loaded to the beginning, so that it'll give more people more time to people. On top of those 28 quests, the pay-to-play tier is going to get a couple more. So everybody's going to get 28. There will be more for the pay-to-play. Now we're looking down at character quests, right? These look kind of like the new mod, the new marquee AI UI that we're going to be seeing. These are going to be based around the new marquees. They're going to be available for 2 weeks after a marquee. All 28 quests, same as the episode quests, will be available during the very start. They will award the same episode points, and they are intended to be simple to complete and will require a certain number of overall shards. So if you see the picture right here, you see like the first one, it says requires 70 Huyang shards. The second one says 75. The third says 100. I don't know how high up this is, so I don't know what to expect here. But basically like the tiers that we see now with the marquee quest, that's kind of what we can expect with the new character AI. Moving on down to the journey quest, this appears to be an extension of something from a recent title update. It's basically just simplifying quests into one task per quest. So things that might say do 5 battles and kill 10 units, those are going to be separated out. I don't think that this is going to affect the majority of players and is really just designed to make the level 1 to 85 journey a little bit easier. Now here's where we get to the prestige achievements. And prestigious achievements are basically what we already have. Prestige quests where you have to like get 500 Bosk, whatever they're called for the bounty hunters quests, and move on to whatever the next one. I don't know. I've never really paid attention to them. But what it does seem like is just like with the journey quest, those are going to be separated out into separate things that you can do at the same time, making it a little bit easier, and that there will be a culminating quest once you've beaten all of the parts in order to get the specific title that you would have gotten in the past. So for most people, this doesn't seem like it's going to be a very big deal thing. Some of you will avoid it. Some of you have already done all of them. Some of you may choose to do this now that it looks to be slightly easier. We are going to skip around just a little bit. There's a lot of quality of life up here. We'll talk about that later. Galactic challenges. This is where it's going to be a little bit more confusing. There are no more boxes. They've clarified that the rewards have shifted to the free track and the episode shipment store. So this reinforces my belief that in order to get your 4 red, 4 gold, you're going to have to interact with this. You'll have to interact with the free track, and you're going to have to interact with the store, not one or the other. Episode points for feats are awarded immediately, so there's no more waiting until until the Galactic Challenge is over. Win with the marquee character is gated behind stars on that character, right? So you're going to be able to do 3-star, then there's going to be the 4-star, the 5-star, the 6-star, the 7-star. So that's going to be mainly for paying players. Win with any squad is now also gated behind the pay-to-play tier, right? So really only 2 feats, usually the pain-in-the-ass tiers, are free. Kind of sucks, but we have to remember that the reward structure is completely shifting, and that's going to take a couple weeks for players to get used to. Players can max out the free tier without fully investing in Galactic challenges. So what that means is, even if you're not fully doing the Galactic challenges twice a week, you can still finish the free tier on the episode pass. So as long as reward structure stays relatively the same, most people should be fine. These Galactic challenges are now level 85 plus. And I'm going to be honest with you, I had no idea that players below level 85 could do them. So that in itself is new to me. We are looking at schedule changes, right? Schedule changes, marquees will release on Tuesdays. GCs will begin on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Previously, it was Mondays and Fridays, okay? So we're going to be seeing a little bit of a different thing there. We're also going to be seeing a loyalty program, and this is the most confusing thing. All right, I'm going to read it right from the update. With the above changes coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, we will also be introducing a loyalty program, which will be known as the Kessel Run. This feature will only be available for the web store at launch, but we have every intention to bring the loyalty program to the PC version at a later date. In Kessel Run events, players complete objectives to earn Coaxium. As a player earns Coaxium, they advance to new milestones called parsecs, where they earn new in-game rewards. Earning Coaxium can be done through free-to-play actions, but making purchases in the web store can earn even more. So basically, only available in the web store, coming to the PC later, not going to be on Android or Apple, which does make sense. They're trying to avoid sales there because of the 30% cut. Earning Coaxium, there are free-to-play ways. We don't know what those are. Probably logging in, getting your free box. You get like a very small amount per day. And they'll be mostly pay-to-win ways. I would not be surprised if there were also like referral tiers now that we're kind of getting into battle passes. The new milestones are called parsecs, where there are completely unknown in-game rewards. Now, this is the best part of the update, and we're going to kind of go on all the way up. We've got a lot of quality of life going on, and we're going to read them off as quickly as possible so everybody understands them. Number 1, guild tickets will now count all always available energy types. So normal energy, cantina energy, ship energy, mod energy. Making it easier to earn 600 tickets more quickly and more freely for players who don't refresh as often. This will actually also make it easier to hit tickets on days where there might be like bonus shard events on certain energies, and you're saving your normal energy, but you don't want to save your cantina energy or whatever else. All current events are now simmable, right? Smuggler's Run 2, simmable. Endor Escalation 3, simmable. Bounty 1, Bounty 2, simmable. All of those stupid mod tiers, simmable. Ultimate Journey, simmable. All all of those little time wasters, we don't have to worry about them anymore, which is super, super, super nice. I love it, especially not having to do the Ray and SLKR Ultimate Journey tiers over and over again every month. I swear, it was giving me gray hair. Super happy about it. Marquee event UI should be easier to read. However, no note on these being simmable. And the raid ticket indicator, which is new, will let you know where you stand on tickets without having to go to guild, check your tickets, cycle through, find your name. It's a pain in the ass. You're not going to have to do that anymore. Guilds should find this a little bit easier. Basically, that is the update in a nutshell, right? We've broken it down. My notes themselves are about a fifth of the word count of the update itself. Once again, if you prefer to read, or you're like, oh, I don't want to go back through this video, we have this lovely text guide of all of my notes. It has helped a lot of people out. It's been shared 209 times already, which is insane. I've never seen that happen with any of my posts. I will link that in the description. What does this mean for the game? It seems like the game is shifting more towards what the rest of the mobile gaming environment has shifted to. And I will say I'm cautiously optimistic. I do want to make one tinfoil hat prediction, though. What I expect to happen this Tuesday when this event comes out is for the rewards to suck. I am expecting the rewards to be not that great. I am expecting players to flip out. I am expecting people like me doing tons of math to point out why this is not what CG said they were going to do. I then expect that within a week we will see a shift and everything will be happy and everything will be perfect. I believe that this is a calculated business move. It is one of the most popular business tactics. I think that we have seen this in the past before. We've seen it with raid tokens. We've seen it with galactic challenges. We've seen it with conquest. I don't think CG is wrong to do things that way. I do believe it is a little bit distrustful if that is what happens, but it is a super, 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 super common tactic, and I want you all to know that I am onto it. With all of that said, I just want to make one quick announcement. The Gungies nomination round is over. We are now working on building the final ballot for the Gungies. It is very likely to premiere in January. We have a lot of people on the slate. If you want a final ballot and you want your voice heard, head to our Discord. You will get notifications. You will get whatever you need there. Those should be out by Saturday. We are super excited. I really hope that this helps you guys out. If it does, let me know in the comments. Tell me if you want to communicate, you want to talk. I'm always open on Discord. And with all of that said, peace out.